Hi guys, welcome to week 5 of Table Leader Training at Man Church. I hope everybody's having a wonderful week and is excited and ready to go for this week's week 5 unit on Our Story Begins at Home. This week's topic is that we are shaped by our past. So last week we learned about the three-step model, and hopefully we can use what we've been learning as a way to continue the learning and growth process to really discover who we are. So this week we really start exploring our past, ourselves, by examining our families of origin. So the presentation this week will be done by John McFadden and myself, and we're going to be reviewing John's story that began at home for him and how it impacted him and shaped him in his life and what he did and how he learned and how he grew through the help of God and others that he was able to come into contact with. So we're hopeful that his story will be something that will be beneficial for the guys at your table to hear. Now, this is going to be an opportunity for the guys at your table to really start exploring and opening up about their past. Now, if somebody shares with you about something that's very painful or difficult, and you believe that they have more work that they need to do to explore and process some of their pain from their past, please remember your support systems that you have in place with Kelly and Greg and myself, who will be available should you need us to talk with any of the guys at your table if they share something that is difficult or painful, or they need to be referred to resources like the Care and Support Ministry to help walk with them during this difficult time. So something to be aware of this week is being mindful of table management. And so reading chapter 39 of Making Small Groups Work will be really important for all of the table leaders this week. It reviews the importance of feedback and the importance that grace plays into speaking truth into somebody's life. So we also want to be really mindful of people monopolizing time at the table and to really focus and get back on track and redirecting them and the group back to topic so that everybody has an opportunity to participate. We also want to pay attention to make sure that everybody is engaged in the conversation. And if there's a question that comes up that's not really generating conversation or responses at your table, it might be something to explore to see if maybe the guys at the table are hesitant to go there or to talk about whatever it is that's being discussed with that question. Or maybe it's just an opportunity to move on to the next question. Maybe that's a question that's not real pertinent or real powerful for your table to process and to discuss. So you might just need to move on to the next question. Okay, so for this week, some of the questions are going to be focused on, again, the teaching that'll be occurring during the presentation, and then they'll go into homework questions. Okay, so the first question that you should have received attached to this email with this link is the one-on-one exercise. And so really we're going to have all the guys break down into those one-on-one groups like we did last week with the three-step model and sit down and ask questions of one another. Using that three-step method, three-step model that we talked about last week. So first question, what was your home life like growing up? And how did it shape how you grew into your adulthood is the second question. What is one pattern you can identify that you learned as a young person that you would like to continue? And what is one pattern you can identify that you learned as a young person you would like to change? Now, we're really flexible with how much time this is going to take each of your guys to be able to share one-on-one about this. This is, again, an opportunity for the guys to get really vulnerable. And so really good opportunity for the guys to connect one-on-one. And then when that one-on-one time is done, to come back together to discuss and share what they learn and how they feel about what it is that they've learned. So that's the first part of our table time. The next part goes into the homework review. And so homework review, question number 2 from the handout that you should have received, again, attached to this email. The spiritual principle addressed in day 1 of Unit 4 is the necessity of obeying God. Discuss what you learned from the scriptures that you were asked to read and then put in your own words. And so just reviewing through the New Believer's Bible in pages A39 to 40, and then there's a bunch of responses, A through F, about how we should be responding, or what we've learned, or what we've processed. All right. So, A, being recognizing that you're a new creation. B, follow God wholeheartedly. C, offer God more than lip service. D, live in God's love. E, put on God's armor. And F, let God occupy your thoughts. Question number 3, discuss the Pennebaker writing assignment. So the questions were, what did you like? What did you learn through the 4 days? And discuss their application from the top of page 420 in the homework. So the Pennebaker writing assignment could have another opportunity for the guys to really explore and process and grow from what they had written about a difficult time or a crisis that they had experienced earlier in their life. Question number 4, how did they feel as they filled out the intake form? Again, answers are going to vary on that, but a lot of times people will respond with things like, I felt vulnerable, it was difficult to relive that event, it was scary, I was nervous. There's a lot of responses that guys might have about that intake form. Question number 5, after reading the listening article on page 411, 412, did you practice any of the things that you've learned? So please describe. So this is, again, application. So as we learn about how to listen, how did we apply it, or did we? It'll be an opportunity for the guys to discuss that at the table as well. And question number 6, what did you notice would be helpful to inquire about when you're trying to help people clarify issues? And so answers might include statements like asking open-ended questions and not yes or no questions, or closed-ended questions, asking if the person has sought counsel for the issue before, what do you mean by, how did that make you feel? Again, just our ability to help somebody walk through difficult or painful events. So that's about it for our time this week. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on Monday night at 5:45. And just, again, having that opportunity for any of the table leaders to ask any questions about what we're going to be going into this week. I pray that this week is just a wonderful time of fellowship and just letting guys explore, learn, and grow as they're learning more about themselves and learning more about their families of origin through Our Story Begins at Home. Thanks, guys, and God bless.